Well, I'm back in that spot I dug in the creek a couple of years ago. We're sort of in a drought situation, so I thought it would be a good time to dig in the water again, but somehow the water's actually higher than it was before. But I just went out surface hunting. Everything's covered with millions of leaves, but somehow I managed to find a 1915 coke sticking out of the ground. It just has a little bit of a chip right there, but other than that, there's no high point wear on it. And I found an embossed brown milk bottle on top of the ground, but it's just a 3-cent store bottle. No dairy name on it. I found the even newer kind from the early 60s. With Coca-Cola on one side and Coke on the other with the wide full circle O. But it's from Nashville. It looks very different than I remember it. I thought I was digging right here in the water. Digging along that embankment that was like an elongated dam, but I guess somebody figured out where I was digging and came over here and scrambled it up so much I can barely recognize it. There was literally hundreds of broken sodas all along this bank, but where are they now? It looks like a giant tree fell down right in the middle of where I was digging. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this mess. Well, millions of Coke bottles still on top of the ground. I don't remember if this was fallen over last time or not. There was a hurricane since the last time. One way to tell is if there's any keeper bottles sticking out of here. Well, there's one laying on the ground with just a minor lip chip. I didn't see very many of these over here the last time. No city on that one. What about this one over here? Looks like a whole one to me. No lip chip or anything. Maybe nobody's been here lately. And this might be a whole one. Sure looks good to me. Of course, it's just a later one. Patent office even. Okay, look at that one. Looks like a whole one to me. And it is. It looks like a late one with a lot of case wear. It's a D patent. And it's from Durham. That's a good 180 miles from here. Okay, what else have we got? There's one stuck way up in there. Nope. 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 What about right there? Nope. What about this one? Well, not quite. Anything on the bottom? Nope. Well, of course, I shouldn't expect very many intact bottles to be here. Why else would the Coke company dump them unless they were broken? Well, I gotta figure out where to dig. There's just so many possibilities. How did I miss this one? Well, I got it this time around. It does have a base chip. Patterson, New Jersey? Okay, what about this one? Hey, well, no, not quite. Pretty big chip right there. It's from Weldon. I think it's, no, it's not a Christmas Coke. Should I keep that one? I don't know. But I do see something over here. That looks like a 1915 Coke. It is. No lip chip. It just has a base chip, but still definitely worth bringing home. Well, okay, guess not. It has a giant split down the side right there. But I don't know, it still might be worth $2 to somebody. Here's another one, just laying on top of the ground. Oh, it's all fractured up. What about this one? Nope. What about these? Nope, it's got a big chip on the bottom. I might want to dig right where this tree came out of. Well, I dug about a 4-foot square, about 8 inches deep, and I've already found some interesting stuff. It's a 1915. It's got a lip chip, but still, any 1915 that's only slightly damaged is worth bringing home. Then we got a Kelford D patent, and another 1915 with the lip chip. It's from Kelford. Then we got a Roanoke's Rapid Mint Cola. It's pretty rough. I'll probably leave that one. Then an Orange Crush, no city, and the top is sheared off. But it seems the closer I go to the water, the older the bottles get. I was on my knees digging, and I was right next to this tree that I've already examined thoroughly, or so I thought. And I saw yet another bottle sticking out. So I pulled it out, and it turned out to be a 1915. Only damage is a little tiny bruise right there. And maybe another one right there. And another one right there, but still it's worth $5, I'd say. Alright, I just found the first piece of a drum Pepsi for today. If I was finding a lot of these, I'd get really excited and would probably stay here for a whole month. But since it's 99.9% Coke bottles here, and hobble skirts get boring really quick. This one's from a Hosky that is in the book for about $350. Well, I found an Amber Orange Crush. Paint's pretty bad. I'm surprised it has paint at all, being so close to a swamp. Well, I'm getting bored with this spot. Too many hobble skirts. I'm gonna go over about 30 feet next to the water and try it. Okay, back to what used to be the great spot. Remember how I said I was gonna leave something for the beeve and not dig through right there and let the water come through? Somebody else has been here and dug that. And they moved all the bottles I threw over here. The water level's pretty high still. I don't feel like changing into my rubber boots quite yet. So I think I'm going to dig about 4 feet from the water and see if there's any good things down here. There really wasn't a layer there like I thought there was, and there was so many roots. I decided to move to this big pile a couple 100 feet away. At least I know there's going to be tons of glass here. Okay, it's time to get serious. I didn't want to get in the water, but I'm going to. I just made this 4-pronged probe out of a pitchfork, obviously. Had to heat up the tines and make them straight though. So I'm just going to probe in the bottom and hopefully feel some bottles. Well, I scratched up one bottle. It's an odd, pale, almost clear 1915. Yeah, it's in pretty good shape except for the chip on the bottom and the one on the top. But I think I'll bring it home anyway. Alright, I'm going over here to get the last little bit. Even though the water's so dirty I can barely see when I dig. That proves my point. I was just digging right here and I didn't even see this whole Coke bottle because it stirred up so much mud. Well, it does have a lip chip, but it is a 1915. So, you know what that means. Still gotta be worth something. Just a couple of damaged 1915s, and then even deeper, a patent office, but at least that one's not damaged. I'm really getting sick of this place quickly. I think it's pretty well wiped out. Last little bit of digging that island is not producing anything. It's just a very few broken pieces. I guess I'll just walk the creek one last time and look for bottles laying around.